audible, Pawar sir?
Yes, madam, you are audible.
Okay, thank you. A very good afternoon to one and all. I, Assistant Professor Prajakta Nirutti Shinkote, would like to welcome honorable guest of today's webinar, Mrs. Sania Bhalerao Madam, Principal of Kekewa College of Pharmacy, Nashik, Dr. K.S. Jain sir, Principal of Kekewag Institute of Pharmacy, Dr. Ramesh Hirode sir, honorable members from Kekewag College Education Society, all head of department, staff of Kekewa College of Pharmacy, and of course, all my dear students. Today, we are here to attend a webinar on unconventional career options in pharmaceutical sciences. Dear students, you may think the career paths for pharmacy graduates are limited. Research and development, pharma marketing, pharmacovigilance, pharmaceutical marketing are the common destinations. But this is not it, my friends. The pharmacy course embraces you with a lot of transferable skills. So, there is a huge range of other sectors where pharmacy graduates are highly valued. To explore more, we have Mrs. Sonia Bhalerao Madam with us. So, in order to proceed with the program, I would like to request Principal Dr. K.S. Jain sir to deliver welcome speech.
Good afternoon and welcome everybody. Prajakta, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're clearly audible.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good afternoon. I welcome one and all. I request Sania Madam to switch on her video and also to Hirode sir also to switch on his video. Welcome, Madam. Good afternoon. Yeah. Hmm. Uh, with the great guidance from our Honorable Bhau, that is Bala Saheb Wagh, our President of Kekewag Education Society, his undaunted efforts and his untiring enthusiasm, and ably supported by our Honorable Trustee, Samir Dada, and other trustees, as well as our very uh, efficient and very meticulous Honorable Bandi sir, who is our Secretary, Kekewag Education Society has really uh, prospered in last 50 years. Today we are in the 51st year, and we have education from KG to PhD in various streams, right from humanity to education to engineering, pharmacy, polytechnics, nursing, agricultural sciences, fine arts, performing arts, and even schooling. We are spread across 9 locations in and around Nasik. We have 5 farms. We have more than 2,000 staff members and around 22,000 students. Very rich alumni of 50,000 plus spread in India and abroad. Our flagship institutes like our engineering college and our Polytechnic College, which is located in same campus where we are at Panchavati Amrut Dham, are holding the platinum category in the national ranking and have various departments accredited time and again. We use the best methods of teaching, learning, and pedagogy with latest developments in ICT tools. We have several eminent people on our advisory body, and the society is doing very well. The society focuses not only the teaching learning but the overall development of the students, and therefore we are regularly organizing so many curricular, co-curricular, post extracurricular, as well as soft skill programs, not only for the students but also for the teachers. And this year, this is the seventh such webinar. Now we have first focused on COVID and mucormycosis. Now we have focused on the students' soft skill. Yesterday we had a wonderful seminar. And today also we have some very different type of subject, unconventional career options in pharmaceutical sciences. While I was going through the CV of today's resource person, I found she is a biotechnologist from VIT, Vellore, and she had a stint in academics also, and she is also very, what you can say, dynamic. So she has also become an entrepreneur, and she is going to talk something on, definitely on some uh, business opportunities which will be also conserving the uh, environment, which is one of the main thing in the national education policy, new national education policy also, and in the coming years also. Ecology, environment is going to attract more and more focus, and we will find many specialized courses emerging out in this. I just recollect once we had organized another session when I was in Pune. There one madam had actually, using some microbes, she had prepared some solution which works wonderfully as a disinfectant. Then we have so many examples of going from simple compost manure. Biotechnology, what it can do is, in simple words, if I ask a question, how many world wars have been played? We can say two, but I will say third also is over and it's going on. China waged the world war through biotechnology by genetically engineering a weapon, and it has convincingly won that world war. It has really, really paralyzed the entire world. Recently, day before yesterday, I saw some scientists from Delhi as well as National Institute of Virology. They have again said that the spike protein has been found to have four unnatural units which cannot be natural. They have been actually engineered. And recently, the Biden administration has also started raising a lot of hue and cry. Again, Wuhan laboratory is under focus. China is not relenting, but the world is mounting the pressure. So, what biotechnology can do is phenomenal. Once upon a time, it was said that new revolution of biotechnology will come. I am sure that time it did not come to full extent, but it is soon going to come. Very recent news is after 20 years, a new drug of Alzheimer has been introduced, which is yesterday's news. That is also from biotechnology. And one dynamic lady in India who is synonymous with biotechnology is Kiran Mujumdar Shaw. And you may be stunned, and I won a bet with somebody that when Corona was in full bloom was creating havoc last month, there was short supply of certain drugs, particularly two new names, Remdesivir and Tocilizumab. And I said, Biocon is also manufacturing. And somebody said, okay, 100 rupees. I bet they are not manufacturing. And they are manufacturing. They have their own semi-synthetic routes. Certain steps they do through microbial or fungal or some catalysis, biotransformations, and then they go to the synthetic labs. My own PhD student has worked in Biocon for 5 years. Now he is in Merck. So I think today we are going to listen many new things, new ideas, which we will realize that these are very simple, but why they did not come to our mind. So without wasting much time, I once again welcome Madam Sania Madam, who is now an entrepreneur. She is head of EcoSol. I will definitely like to know something about EcoSol also. As the name suggests, they are definitely into environment protection and making products which are helpful for that. And I hand over the reins back to the comparer of today's program. Prajakta, please carry on. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Hmm.
Before we move on, I would like to request Principal Dr. K.S. Jain sir to virtually felicitate our
Yeah, yeah.
eminent speaker, Sania Bhalera
Yeah,
ma'am.
we welcome you, madam, and we felicitate you virtually because of the
Thank you so
present
much.
situation. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. And sir, what a wonderful insights that you have given. I'm so looking forward to this particular session. Thank you so much.
Yeah, madam. Yeah, madam. Definitely. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. So, let me introduce Sania Bhalera ma'am. Ma'am has completed her B Pharmacy from Pune University and her MTech Biotechnology from VIT University, Vellore, Tamil Nadu. She's currently a co-founder and research head at Ecosul, which is involved in developing all eco-friendly formulation from scratch in the in-house R&D of Ecosul. It is also a pioneer in developing first-of-kind formulation of eco-friendly toilet cleaner. It is involved in designing modules for eco-friendly cleaning solution workshop for various self-help groups and NGOs. Further, it is also involved in designing and conducting workshops regarding river water pollution and toxin-free lifestyle for various schools, residential society, and industries. Sania Bhalerao ma'am has 11 years of research experience in phytochemistry and biotechnology in various research labs. She has 9 years of academics experience in the field of life sciences and 6 years as research head at Ecosul. She is also a blogger and her blog's name is saniitis.wordpress.com. She is also an author of Ved Avliyacha. Further, she is a freelance writer and columnist and also a career counselor. She she is working in association with Jal Birari, Nelda Foundation, Jeevit Nadi, Kalyani Cooperative Society, Sadhana, and many more. So today we have truly a young and dynamic person with us. Ma'am, I once again welcome you and I would like to request you to begin with your session.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm going to quickly start this session. Um, so, first and foremost, thank you so much for having me here. And this is going to be an interactive session. So, I really hope that students who are present over here are going to talk to me in between because I just don't believe in me just talking, and that is how all my lectures goes on. So, I would really appreciate if students can, you know, give some feedbacks in between because this is going to be an interactive session. So today we're going to talk about unconventional career options in pharmaceutical sciences. Before I start, just let me tell you that when I did my pharmacy, it was back in 2006, and at that time choosing MTech for biotechnology was not a very popular option, and it's been long journey for me. uh, I think me coming over here and giving lecture to you guys itself proves that if sometimes we change, we try to go for certain less traveled path, uh, there are a lot of interesting things which are stored in it, and that's what we're going to today explore. Okay, so I hope you guys can see my screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let me just maximize this. Okay, let's just move ahead. Okay. So let's start. So what is basically unconventional? That is the first question. I'm going to put it over here. So people think that B Farm and M Farm is certainly a way to build a career. And I really don't know which year you guys are in, those who are listening. Are these students in their second or third year pharmacy?
All students from first year to final year of pharmacy.
Okay, that is cool. Okay, cool. So, guys, basically, what we feel most of the times is conventional is B Farm and M Farm. And today we're going to talk about what is there any way that one can choose a different career options or teaching or like studying options than other than M-Pharm. So before I say this, I have no issues against pursuing M-Pharm career. Okay, let me just clarify this because whenever I talk about this, most of the students feel कि अरे B-Pharm क्या M-Pharm करने में क्या problem है? तो problem कुछ नहीं है. The only thing is uh, it is very important to explore different subjects. And pharmaceutical sciences is one of the brilliant branches of life sciences wherein lot of subjects are being covered. I mean, if you really look around, right from biotechnology, like BTech biotechnology, or even for that matter, BSc biotechnology, or biomedical engineering, I think pharmaceutical sciences is that branch in which a lot of different subjects are involved, like from right from anatomy to biochemistry to physiology to pharmaceutical jurisprudence, pharmaceutical analysis, pharmaceutics. A lot of subjects are there, and it's a very interesting mix. So the good part of pharmacy student is that they can actually imbibe a lot of different subjects, even if they are not much aware of it at their post graduation. And right now, the scenario in the market is such that interdisciplinary education is really creating waves. So if you're interested in doing pursuing career in research or looking for a job in particular R&D sector in India or abroad, or if you guys are you want to have some social entrepreneurship or any kind of entrepreneurship as such, like if you want to start something on your own, then interdisciplinary education is the right way to move ahead. And that's what we're going to explore in today's lecture. So so basically, first we'll talk about what is the general belief. Like B Farm, you will give either MSCET or you will give GPAT, and then you will land up into M Farm, and then you will go into particular industry for your jobs. That is a general subjects, general job profile, and then the progress is extremely selective. See, if you really choose the path which is routine, your career graph is going to be routine. Okay. If you want something else to happen to you, the most important aspect is choosing a different path. But the path has to be correct. मतलब ऐसा नहीं कि कुछ और ही करना है तो जो जो पता नहीं है वो कुछ कर दिया and then something else happens in between. So being diligent, being practical, and still choosing a different path is extremely important, which we're going to see in today's session. Okay, next slide. Yeah, as I said, I already talked about it, the routine and so routine route is B farm and then M farm. Most of you must be preparing, have started to prepare. If you are in the first year, those students are in their first year, I think this is going to be the most useful session for you because this is the time wherein you should seriously start studying. Most of times what I've seen in all my so far very short span of career, but still what I've seen is फार्मेसी के 2 साल तो जस्ट ऐसे ही निकल जाते हैं just to get to know the subjects. Okay, because so many subjects are there and students really get overwhelmed. and then they really don't know how much to study, what to study, and so on and so forth. So if for the first and second year students, referring the right books is extremely important. I will just take this opportunity. I know this is not part of this session, but still I'm going to talk about this because I think this is important. So which books you refer is very important. Like biochemistry, go you read Leninger and Sutix go, just try to follow the reference books. That is very important, and I will come to that point why that is important. Probably in next slides we will talk about it at that point. So either you will prepare for GPAT or there is an option of preparing for GRE. So basically you will prepare for GPAT or you will prepare for GRE. So okay, I'm sorry for the disconnection. Am I audible right now?
Yes, ma'am, you are.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Yes, okay. So yeah. So in today's session, basically, what we're going to talk about is what are the different options of pursuing uh, degrees after BPharm. So first and foremost, I'm going to talk about MTech, not because I've done this degree, but I think MTech really offers a wide variety of different subjects and different skill sets. It's extremely important. And why I've understood is because I've done it myself. So, so what does matter more, degree or university? Now, this is a very common question that I have been asked for many, many, many years. And I think both is extremely important, degree and from where you're doing your masters, from which university you're doing your masters. Um, because the faculty is extremely important. The approach of faculty is extremely important. Right now, if you have listened what Dr. S.K. Jain sir has said about the new updates in Alzheimer's or the spike protein ka naya configuration. See, the updated faculty is extremely important, and that's why selecting a university which has such people as your professors is important. And for that, what matters is your GPAT score or your GATE score or your MSCET score. So that's the reason why the degree and university matters. Both matters. So first we'll talk about MPharm, which is there in IIT BHU. Now, how I'm going to approach this particular session is I'm going to tell you the different options which are there in front of you, and then I would like to really know, what do you know about all these subjects which are there? Again, why it is important? Because here we are talking about unconventional career options in pharmaceutical sciences. And these are extensions of what you've learned so far. Okay. So if anybody has a question, um, you can just unmute yourself and ask me in between. Okay. So IIT BHU, it's only IIT wherein MPharm is offered. Other rest in no IIT MPharm course is offered as such. And because this comes under IIT, IIT BHU, which is Varanasi, so their approach towards this particular degree is very interesting. Why, I will tell you. So if you see on the screen, there is a list of electives. So there are basically four options in there: pharmaceutical chemistry, pharmacology, and so what they've done is, uh, if you see the list of electives over here, they have advanced biopharmaceutics, they have novel drug delivery system, pharmacokinetics is there, nanopharmaceutics is there. Then you have advanced drug synthesis, advanced medicinal chemistry, computational drug design. We are going to come to that because molecular docking is a very in thing in research right now in drug development. So we're going to talk about that also. Then in pharmacology, they have clinical pharmacology and neuropharmacology. Again, neurosciences is it's the subject which is selling like hotcakes in research. So neuropharmacology is extremely important. Um, so just so basic part is, uh, this is where the difference comes in if you really land up in a good university. Even if the course is of M.Pharm, the subjects which are explored are slightly different from the regular career courses which are there in M.Pharm. So I really found this thing very interesting. Again, getting into IIT, you will have to clear your GPAT. Very important. They do have personal interviews, so you have to be very thorough with your basic B pharmacy subjects. Then coming next.
Ma'am, sorry to
Yes,
interrupt you, but can you
yes,
put your
yes.
slide in slideshow mode?
Sorry, what? Yeah, is this
Yeah,
right? Is
thank
this
you.
all right? Yeah, sure.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yes. So next course is basically it's a MTech. It's pharmaceutical operations and management. It's in BITS Pilani, and it is under Work Integrated Learning Program, that is WILP. So what happens is, if you have a 1 year of experience, I mean after BPharm, if you really find a job somewhere and you have 1 year of experience with 60% marks, you can actually register in this particular program. So GPAT or MSCET entrance is not required here. What is covered is basically awareness of all the aspects of drug formulation, like drugs quality, regulatory, manufacturing, management, and engineering. So pharmaceutical manufacturing is dealt with in this particular program, which is MTech in pharmaceutical operations and management. Now coming to next slide. Now this is one of my favorite department. It is an IITB. I had a chance to work here. So this is MTech in bioscience and bioengineering. Now eligibility for this is GPAT or a GATE score, and this is IIT Bombay's Department of Bioscience and Bioengineering. I really want all of you to really pay a very close attention, because B Farm is a eligibility for very few MTech courses which are run by government funded institutes. So you will have a lot of institutes which are private oriented, and BPharm is listed as eligibility criteria, but then getting through them is pretty difficult through the course as such. Now what matters is that the tag of IIT Bombay. So if you have a very excellent GPAT score, then this is your chance, guys. Just do a try and apply to MTech Bioscience and Bioengineering at IIT Bombay. What is covered in this particular course is biomaterials, cellular electrophysiology, biopotential, then cell signals, actin myosin, energetics of ion pump, and bioactives. Now, when I talk about this, if I would really like to hear from few students that probably third year or fourth year, you must have studied physiology in pharmacy. Do you connect with these subjects over here? Like this, does this subjects mentioned here feel familiar to you? Can somebody please tell me that?
Yes, ma'am, those are familiar, but I think we don't study it in so much of details.
Yeah. Okay. Students are allowed to talk, or they are supposed to unmute themselves and talk.
No, they cannot talk directly, but they can post their questions in chat box. So if you can open the chat box,
Okay.
you can directly see the question from the students, or we will have the question
Uh,
answer session at the end.
oh, so I won't be able to interact with them like
Yeah, ma'am.
on this particular. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I was really looking forward to that. Okay. So so if you guys remember, see what happens is why I'm really coming to this point is what happens is most of the times there is this thing with B pharmaceutical sciences, B farm students कि बायोटेक्नोलॉजी या बायोसाइंस कुछ और है जो हमने पढ़ा ही नहीं है. Okay, many of you must have felt it. I also felt it when I really entered into my tech. And though I had a very excellent gate ka score and I was on a scholarship, but for a very long time I felt as if I'm an alien in this biotechnology people. But like if you pay attention here, this biopotential, and do you guys remember that we have studied in I think um, ये actin myosin का how they work in muscle relaxation or even different calcium channel blockers. We have studied in ecology or even tortora. Maybe I still remember that diagram. This heart का potential जिसमें they the graph and everything. So this all part, this is basically biopotential. We have studied nurse equilibrium. I remember that. I still remember it. So if you have referred the tortora for your anatomy, and if you referred the guyton for physiology in third year, I mean at that my time it was third year, but the books are going to remain same. So this is all extension of this. So that's why I said earlier, which books you refer is extremely important. Like for pharmacology, if you are referring Rangendel, and for anatomy, Tortora, and then for medicinal chemistry, Foe was there, and pharmaceutics, Alton is there, and RPS is Remington is there, dispensing के लिए Cooper and Guns है, then Leninger, this biochemistry के लिए Leninger. Um, why these books are important is I later on understood in my MTech. So I'll just tell you a very funny story. I was there was this seminar which I had to give in my first semester itself, and it was on a gene therapy. And since as you know that how much genetics is covered in pharmacy, so it was nothing. And I really had to give a talk in front of Professor Kuntla Jayaraman. Now, Kuntla Jayaraman is the one who is basically a pioneering biotechnologist in India. She was the dean of my department at Vellore, and I was very privileged to be able to work with her. So she worked hand side with Dr. Khurana, who worked on a genetic code. So it was in front of her, and I was very nervous because I had no clue about it. But uh, so basically, I was going to talk about this neurodegenerative disease. It was basically neuroscience related disease, and I referred Goodman and Gilman in my third year for pharmacology. Now, this is a book which is only referred by medical students. but I was very, very, what should we say? I was very kind of a bookworm, and always referred these bada books in my pharmacy. And everybody used to laugh at me that why you're referring Goodman जबकि कोई Indian author की किताब पढ़ी है रट लो exam दे दो. But I loved the subjects of pharmacy. I really loved them. And when I basically gave my seminar, I remembered a lot of things from Goodman at that point of time. And then it was so easier for me to grasp the biotechnology part of it, genetics part of it, because my fundas were extremely clear about how this disease is progressed. And that's what has helped me throughout my career. And I'm very sure those students who are going to go for interdisciplinary courses here onwards, the base of your pharmacy is extremely important. So I will take out 2 minutes to tell each one of you. I'm very sure that your faculty has been telling you the same thing, but it happens like even if I tell my students where I teach them, they never take me seriously. So please make sure that you refer the standard reference books and try to go a step further. जैसे रंगेंडल पढ़ा तो ठीक है, पर फिर भी गुडमन एक बार पढ़ के देखो, एटलीस्ट 2-3 चैप्टर्स पढ़ के देखो, हार्ट का पढ़ो, इसका न्यूरो साइंसेस का पढ़ो. Just try and see, kidney is important, so renal functions and everything. So yeah, so try to see that. Okay, chalo, we'll go to the next slide now. Now this is a course, again, very, very interesting. It's pharmaceutical science and engineering. It's MTech in pharmaceutical science and engineering. It is in Indian Institute of Technology, Dhanbad. So this is again IIT Dhanbad. This is under Department of Chemistry. So now the core subjects here are pharmaceutical process technology, reaction engineering, bioinformatics. Now bioinformatics is the subject I teach. So this is very close to my heart, and this is a very unique course because there are very few pharma related MTech courses wherein bioinformatics is taught. I will again come to the point why it is important. Right now we'll see about electives. So I really don't know how many of you know what are electives. So electives is a very special privilege engineering students have. It is, we can choose certain subjects other than our curriculum. Okay. So there are certain subjects which are compulsory, मतलब जो syllabus रहेंगे. But there are certain subjects which are not part of syllabus, but you can still learn them to explore your horizon. So here electives are biopharmaceutics and pharmacokinetics, then QC, QA, cognosy and phytopharmaceuticals, then modern separation techniques. And this is important in downstream processing. So Dr. S.K. Jain sir mentioned the biocon. So many of my students who have done into fermentation technology, their MTech in fermentation technology, modern separation techniques is extremely important part. मतलब जब antibiotic बनता है ना fermenter में, तो उसका separation, उसका purification and all that. So that comes the modern separation technique. Now next part is computer aided drug discovery, pharmacovigilance, regulatory affairs, then biotechnology in pharmaceutical sciences, and there's this thing called as open electives. Okay, now open electives are a little again broader subjects. Like if you can see over here, it's instrumental techniques for material characterization, then heterocyclic chemistry. Heterocyclic chemistry very important again for those who want to have a career in drug synthesis. Heterocyclic chemistry is a very important subject. So okay, इसमें है क्या? हाँ, okay. So this is about pharmaceutical science and engineering at IIT. It is IIT Dhanbad. Then this is MTech. Before I go here, let me just talk about this. Is very important. If you guys have seen, this is computer-aided drug discovery. It's one of the electives mentioned over here. Since you guys we cannot have interaction, but I will assume that all of you are listening and you are not falling asleep. So because it is a like between 2 to 3, so just open your eyes and mind and please pay attention over here. So bioactives, basically these are the natural products which have pharmacological actions. Okay, these are called as bioactives. And what happens is, what is computational drug design? Now, this is a very important branch emerging right now, and those who really want to do something, like those students who are good in medicinal chemistry, those who are interested in pharmacology to an extent, those who understand the ligand and receptor interactions. Um, Computational drug design is a very important aspect. What happens is, um, the thing is called as docking. Okay, these are docking studies. So what we basically do is, एक drug होगा. I'm just going to. It's a very simplified thing. It's not that simple, but होगा क्या कि particular, this is a drug and this is a receptor. So these are potential candidates. Okay, suppose we are working on uh, anti-diabetic drugs. Okay, so insulin का receptor है, उसका XYZ structure है, 3D structure होगा, which is available in the library, in the database. And then there are potential candidates. The structure of them is matching with the insulin का receptor, right? So what happens is, you will study this 3D structure of the drug molecule, and you will try to coincide with the help of software on the receptor molecule. So if it fits at particular points, huh, then we will have a docking score. Suppose docking score is 92, 95, then we will tell ki Baba, this particular drug is having anti-diabetic property. Now ये क्यों करना है? Why to do that? Because there might be 100 or 200 bioactive compounds, okay, which I have isolated. अभी मैं हर किसी का फार्माकोलॉजी टेस्टिंग तो नहीं करती बैठ सकती ना. So what I will do is, with this computational docking software, I will just identify, suppose कि maximum 10 candidates है, and then I will go to the actually pharmacological studies. मतलब rat लिया, उसमें जो भी experiment किया, and blood sugar test किया, so on and so forth. Okay, so that's why computational drug design is extremely important. And I think it is a right of every pharmacy student. That is what I personally feel, is to try and avail different courses as such. I have always seen extreme potential in all pharmacy students that I have met so far, and they are far more brilliant than the BTech biotechnology ke bachche. So you can definitely try this particular fields of molecular docking. But having said this, medicinal chemistry का base बहुत अच्छा होना चाहिए. सिर्फ स्ट्रक्चर रटे हैं और एग्जाम गए और एग्जाम दिया और मार्क्स मिले, ऐसा नहीं है. Those who are in the second year, third year, please try and study medicinal chemistry very well. It may sound very boring, organic chemistry, Morrison and Boyd, बहुत बोर होगा, पर वो किताबें, the subjects are very important. Okay, go to the next slide now. Now comes one of my most favorite institutes, which is ICT, Institute of Chemical Technology, Bombay. Now they are in Jalgaon also, and in Bhubaneswar also. So MTech in Pharmaceutical Chemistry and Technology. This is a very interesting course, and you will not believe, guys, 10 years back they didn't have a eligibility as a B Pharm. Okay, तब इनको B Pharm बच्चे नहीं चाहिए. They only had a BTech. Few years back they have started taking B Pharm students also. So this is again very interesting, very course. And please note, 16 seats, only 16 seats are there. So it's a very tough competition. But if you get in this, you can explore amazing subjects in here. So just to give you a brief about ki subjects इसमें क्या cover होंगे: instrumental methods of analysis, industrial pharmacy, drug delivery technology, and active pharmaceutical ingredient technology. Again, we will see the electives. It is intellectual property rights and patent filing, then molecular biology, clinical research management, and chiral synthesis. Chiral synthesis is extremely important. People in wanting to have a career in, even जिनको M Pharm भी करना है for that matter. Pharmaceutics में chiral synthesis is very important. Okay, so yeah, so if you take a look here, intellectual property rights and patent filing, uh, this can be done as a after your MPharm also. Like if you do MPharm in pathology or Sutix even for that matter. But IPR के जो extra allied courses है that one can always do during your career. Uh, QA is a department, quality assurance is a department in most of the pharmaceutical companies, and they are really highly paid. It's a very interesting topic, but one has to be extremely updated about what is going on in the field, and please have that habit right from the first second year itself. अभी तो इट्स टू सैड कि यू गाइस कैन नॉट स्पीक, अदरवाइज आई वुड हैव आस्क्ड यू फ्यू क्वेश्चंस कि बताओ कोरोना में अभी कौन सा ड्रग है, 2DG आया है अभी, व्हाट इज इट्स मोड ऑफ एक्शन, if you guys know this, you should know this, and that is why being updated is extremely important. So please make it a habit कि कहीं पे भी गए को किसी ने भी कोई भी बीमार पड़ा, ड्रग उठाया, दवाई नाम क्या है, कंपनी का नाम क्या है, ड्रग कौन सा है, किसकी अगेंस्ट है, so that you will get an idea about कि what are different drugs in the this thing. That is how you connect with your own subject. It is very important. Fall in love with the subject you are studying right now. Okay, chalo, we'll go to the next slide. I hope I'm doing it within time. What is the time? Okay. Now in again ICT, this is a list of different MTechs which is present here right now in ICT. Again, पहले नहीं था. Now all these courses eligibility is BPharm. हाँ, तो डायस्टफ टेक्नोलॉजी, देन एमफार्म भी है आईसीटी में. ओके, ओनली 6 सीट्स, सुटिक्स, फार्मास्यूटिकल केमिस्ट्री एंड मेडिसिनल नेचुरल प्रोडक्ट्स. इट्स एक्सीलेंट अपॉर्चुनिटी बिकॉज यहाँ की प्लेसमेंट इज वेरी गुड. Then MTech Green Technology. Now this is a very new emerging course they have introduced. But for this you will need 2 years experience. So BPharm plus 2 years of experience can land you into MTech Green Technology. Then perfumery and flavor technology. You will not believe me, guys. This is again flavor technology is in food industry. This is one of the most important field right now. So again, a very good high paying jobs provided you do it from a good university. Then MTech Bioprocess Technology. So we talked about Biocon, right? If you remember initially, Dr. S.K. Jain sir has said about it. So Bioprocess Technology, there is a good chance of you guys getting a placement in Biocon, provided you do very good in this, and then the project for your MTech. MTech का last का 6 months you have a project. So doing a project, एक आध दो पेपर निकालने हैं MTech के वक्त, then you can land up in a very good company as well. And the last ka subject, it is pharmaceutical biotechnology. So all these are courses which are offered in ICT. Now for some of them GPAT is a GPAT ka score अच्छा होना चाहिए. Some of them they basically have an interview and your BPharm का aggregate percentage. So पढ़ाई भी बहुत important है. Try to get a good score in your university exams. Now coming to BPharm students का क्या बोलते हैं इसको, काशी, which is Naipur, and somehow I always felt that certain courses in Naipur are ज़्यादा लोग जाते नहीं है. I just have seen over the years the fascination of BPharm students for only 4 subjects. एक तो pharmaceutics, हाँ, दूसरा pharmacology, एंड जो बच्चे होंगे वो या तो फार्मास्यूटिकल केमिस्ट्री लेते हैं बच्चे, नहीं तो वही उसके आजू बाजू. आई मीन डोंट नोबडी ट्राइज टॉक्सिकोलॉजी और रेगुलेटरी टॉक्सिकोलॉजी फॉर दैट मैटर, और बायोटेक्नोलॉजी, क्लिनिकल रिसर्च है, फार्माको इन्फॉर्मेटिक्स, देयर आर सो मेनी सब्जेक्ट्स. So I just really the reason why I made an arrow here because I wanted to ask some of you कि what is there in regulatory toxicology. पर अभी तुम लोग बच गए हो because you are unmuted. So I will just tell you it is a NIPER, but do you even know what is regulatory toxicology? So we'll take a look at what is regulatory toxicology. Okay, so okay, just a minute. So regulatory toxicology encompasses the collection, processing, and evaluation of epidemiological as well as experimental toxicology data to permit toxicologically based decisions directed towards the protection of health against harmful effects of chemical substances. Furthermore, regulatory toxicology supports the development of standard protocols and new testing methods in order to continuously improve the scientific basis of decision making process. इसका क्या मतलब है? In simple words, कि the toxicological studies of any drug for that matter or any chemical compound is to be regulated, and who does that is that it is taught in this particular subject, that is regulatory toxicology. Now there is a term called as pharmacovigilance. I really hope that you all have heard this term because it is extremely important. So what is pharmacovigilance? Is, see, basically what happens, a drug comes into the market, right? And it has a lot of side effects, like a lot of adverse reactions. And there is a body which regulates this adverse reaction once drug comes into the market, because it's always an ongoing process. There are a lot of drugs जो पिछले जो बैन हो जाते हैं and then they are called back. The example can be nimesulide. Nimesulide is banned in India now. कैसे बैन हुई? क्योंकि the liver पे उसका इफेक्ट होने लगा, साइड इफेक्ट, liver damage. तो ये कैसे पता चला? किसको पता चला? Who does it? So that is a pharmacovigilance, and this comes under regulatory toxicology. So it is that important. अभी धीरे धीरे this is coming in India. So क्या होता है कि when we actually study the emerging subjects ना, जब वो आते हैं, so you always have an edge because you are the person who is pioneer in learning that subject 2 years 3 years back. So after 10 years of time, किसी ने पूछा कि चलो कौन है भाई टॉक्सिकोलॉजी में, रेगुलेटरी टॉक्सिकोलॉजी में, तो चलो ये बंदा है जिसने वो तब पढ़ा था. दैट इज व्हाई इट इज इम्पोर्टेंट. सो ऑलवेज ट्राई टू स्टडी दो सब्जेक्ट्स हु आर न्यूली इमर्जिंग. उसमें रिस्क रहती है, पर रिस्क तो हर चीज में रहती है. सो व्हाई नॉट टू टेक इट एट द राइट टाइम. Now again, it's a pharmacoinformatics. Okay. Now, this is my kind of a subject because it's an extension of bioinformatics. So it is a subdiscipline of chemoinformatics involving application of information technology in drug discovery and development. So another छोटा छोटा branches क्या है इसकी? Immunoinformatics है, cancer informatics है. So एक छोटा सा, we'll take an example. Okay, I hope कि you guys are not getting bored. Please bear with me. अभी बस only few slides and this session will be ending. So example में pharmacoinformatics approach for the identification of polo-like kinase 1 inhibitors from natural sources as anti-cancer agent. So basically जो PLK1 inhibitors है, वो how they are developed under pharmacoinformatics. से छोटा सा example we'll see. Okay, screen, just look on the screen. So अभी इसमें क्या किया है कि okay, wait, let me just show you guys. So if you see over here, see retrieval of PLK1 का crystal structure. Now PLK1 is हमारा टारगेट है, ठीक है. तो इसका जो स्ट्रक्चर कहाँ से रिट्रीव किया? इट्स अ डेटाबेस. देयर आर डेटाबेसेस अवेलेबल जिसमें ये जो दिख रहे हो ये स्ट्रक्चर, ऐसा स्ट्रक्चर is stored in that particular database. Now what happens is they generation. What is grid generation is there this thing. So suppose these are the pointers. मतलब ये those sites on which a final drug is going to bind. Okay. So इसका एक grid का structure we will form, and once this structure is formed, then MMGBSA calculations इसके ऊपर होते हैं. अभी okay, what is this MMGBSA? It's a molecular mechanics with generalized bond and surface area solvation. Just to make it very simpler, this is basically a popular method to calculate free energy of binding ligands to a protein. Protein is a receptor का structure. हाँ, इतना तो समझ में आ गया. This is a protein का structure. Now ligand is going to bind on this protein. So you remember I told you about docking and dock score and everything. So how this is going to bind हाँ, तो फ्री एनर्जी मतलब जहाँ पे वो बाइंडिंग हुआ नहीं है. हाँ, that free energy is calculated through different softwares and everything, and then ultimately they will tell you कि एक ग्राफ बनता है जिससे you will understand कि ये XYZ प्रोडक्ट जो है which is actually linking to this PLK1 receptor in a good way. It's a good fit, and that is how chemoinformatics comes into the picture, and that is why it's important. So if you really think about it, it has a huge scope. क्योंकि see, this is a can, like if we talk about anti cancer medicines, तो किसके पास वक्त है यार. अभी natural products तो as I told you, like I've worked in phytochemistry for years, and even getting a purified product is such a headache. एंड मतलब प्यूरिफिकेशन करो उसका GC LC में सब रन करके टेक अ प्यूरिफाइड मॉलिक्यूल एंड उतना सा मिलेगा और उससे यू विल डू अ फार्माकोलॉजिकल टेस्टिंग. तो इट्स अ वेरी लॉन्ग प्रोसेस. तब तक तो बुढ़े हो जाएंगे ना एक आदमी वो करते करते. So that is why chemoinformatics is important, because it reduces the time span, and 80-85% efficacy rate it's good. And then one can select the ideal candidates and actually go for pharmacological testing for them. Okay, so that was chemoinformatics. Chalo. Now last only two options are remaining. My most favorite, MTech biotechnology. And the second one is MTech biomedical engineering. Now, thankfully, these both subjects, B pharmacy is a eligibility, and see a lot of private colleges out there. But whenever you're going to choose it, be very careful, because what happens is, even though campus and everything is great, uh, that is not the essential criteria for choosing a university for your post graduation. So try to see which faculty is over there, unka research kya chalu hai, so on and so forth. Okay, that is not a today's subject. Maybe someday we'll talk about it. So what is the scope of biotechnology? Okay, I will just tell you in a very simplified way, because I teach this subject, pharmaceutical biotechnology, so I can talk about it for a long, long time. But अभी जो कोरोना का वैक्सीन आया ना, that is what that is the gift of biotechnology to to the human race in a very simplified term. Um, अरे अच्छा, wait, I have this thing with me. So ma'am, can do I have a time with me? 10 minutes more.
Sure, ma'am, sure.
Okay, cool. So guys, let me quickly tell you that I'm not going to talk about vaccine over here, but we talked about molecular docking. So and how biotechnology is again part of this, that I will tell you. So what happens in this corona thing is, as you all know, that there is a spike protein on the corona ka envelope, okay? And that basically binds to ACE2 receptors, which are there in the host cell, angiotensin converting enzyme 2 receptor. ठीक है, तो कोरोना का ग्लाइकोप्रोटीन, कोरोना का सॉरी स्पाइक प्रोटीन पेप्टाइड इज गोइंग टू बाइंड टू ACE2 रिसेप्टर. यहाँ तक आई होप यू आर फॉलोइंग मी. नाउ व्हाट हैपेंस इज there is a this S glycoprotein in the ACE2 receptor, जहाँ पे द कोरोना पेप्टाइड, कोरोना का जो ट्रांसमेम्ब्रेन पेप्टाइड है, which